Hello, my name is Elizabeth Ashley. I would like to tell you about a tremendous aromatherapist who has really looked after me amazingly through an awful time I've been having over the last 6 months. My husband sadly lost his upper jaw to cancer, and I had enlisted the help of several aromatherapists to look after me through that time, so that if I froze and came upon anything that I didn't know how to handle, then they would be able to step in and look after me. So when I first contacted Rhiannon, I suspect she probably thought I was going to say, please can I talk on your platform ICANN, which is a platform for aromatherapists, fantastic platform, or perhaps speak at her tremendous conference called Botanica that's coming up next week. Or maybe she thought I was going to ask her to speak on one of my videos. Whatever, she was very surprised when I told her about the challenges that I was due to face. What I should tell you is that I don't know Rhiannon very well. She and I have met at a conference and we've had a couple of conversations outside of that, but we don't know each other well. Despite that, when I told her what was happening, she was so kind to me. And I'm not embarrassed to say, as her kindness really made me cry. And it was the first time that I'd cried since my husband got his diagnosis. And she just patiently sat and waited for me to finish and reassured me that this was a normal response, and that I could contact her anytime I needed. As it happened, I had to contact her on one occasion, only the one that I remember. Regardless of that, I've had many lovely messages off Rhiannon, checking that I'm okay, making sure that I don't feel overwhelmed. One of the biggest challenges that my husband faced was he's developed a condition called trismus, which means that he can't open his mouth anymore. So he was due to have a special operation to remove a tooth, a wisdom tooth, that may get infected from the radiotherapy. But of course, how are they going to get into his mouth? So they had to use special breathing apparatus to do it. It was a very scary time, and out of nowhere his blood sugar rocketed. And when you have elevated blood sugar to the extent that he did, they say, no, you can't have surgery. So everything ground to a halt. And if you think about the conundrum that we faced, he can't open his mouth, so he needs to have only mashed foods. So the best mashed foods to have are things like mashed potato and custard, both of which are the problem behind the blood sugar. But also he was developing what's called mucositis on the roof of his mouth. And I was absolutely in a flat spin. I didn't know where to go with it. And Rhiannon very patiently went away without me asking her and found lots of information about how mucositis is treated in France with honey. But of course, honey has its own challenges because of blood sugar in my husband's situation. So then went away and did loads more research to find out about balancing honey with diabetes, and clinical trials that showed that honey can help process blood sugar for diabetes. I didn't ask her to do any of that, and she did all of it for me and didn't ask for anything in return. She did it behind the scenes, so until this moment I'm probably the only person who knows that she did it. And like I say, we're not big friends. I would say I consider her to be a friend now after the way that she's treated me. Her research was impeccable, it was detailed, and her kindness was extraordinary. So she might not want me to tell you all of this, but I do want to say, Rhiannon, you're a good egg girl. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. It'll be hard to repay you. Rhiannon Luce, people. Rhiannon runs a tremendous conference called Botanica. It is frequented by the best aromatherapists in the world. If you want to know about excellent clinical aromatherapy, then I suggest that you head on over there. It will be on it's in person but also online. It's a stellar event, and she deserves your support. If you feel that you would like to know more about how aromatherapists work, but also to engage with some of the best aromatherapists around the world, then please do head over to Botanica. I'll leave the link below for you.